All right, what's up, y'all? Hope everybody's having a good week. We're gonna go over a fiddle tune today on steel, or a steel tune, I guess you could call it. It's the first fiddle tune I learned on guitar when I was learning flat picking. I gotta give a big shout out to Mr. Scott Miller for teaching this to me. It's the first one he taught me, probably because I'm redheaded. But yeah, red-haired boy. Scott was a teacher at, or still is, at the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, KCTM, I get it mixed up, at Morehead State University. It's like a music school, you know, it's a subset of Morehead State. It's right down the road. It was a great place. I loved it there. I didn't do the music program, but you were able to take, you know, classes, like a 1 credit hour class. We pretty much just had a one-on-one hour lesson a week. I did that for a semester before I transferred schools, and that was great. It gave me something to look forward to every week outside of all my engineering classes where I was struggling with the math and stuff. But yeah, I have a bunch of other fiddle tunes that Scott taught me on guitar that I'd like to transpose to steel eventually too. It's going to be a wintertime project, and maybe when I figure some other ones out, we'll do some more videos. This is a great exercise. It's you know, if you're playing faster country or even more like folky bluegrass stuff, this has some really useful licks in it. There's a lot of like kind of banjo-y type rolls, and you use your second string half stop a lot. If you don't have a half stop, and this is assuming you lower your second string a whole tone. If you only lower it a half, that's fine. You'll just be using that. Most guys probably now lower it a whole tone, so if you press your A down, it's an octave. It's a really good thing with your second string to get used to knowing where that half fill is, even if you don't have a super strong half stop. Like a lot of guitars say they have a half stop, and it's basically just when the ninth string engages. So it's not super strong. You still roughly have to kind of remember where it's at for muscle memory and feel. This is a great song for that. But yeah, I'm going to put up a video of when I first learned this song. There's plenty of mistakes, and I wasn't as good at my blocking back then. Still very much learning, but I'm going to play that video now. If you want to skip through it, it's not that long, and then we'll start diving into it. Tag this video in the description for you to practice to. We're just going to do the lowest BPM that I can find on YouTube, which is 80. And if you don't know this about YouTube, you can click on the settings here. And, you know, there's a playback speed button. So, I thought they had custom, yeah, you can kind of custom do it too, I think. But, you know, if you do half, that'd be 40 BPM or whatever. But yeah, so most fiddle tunes are like this. It's a A and a B section, so it's A, A, B, B, and just how I think it does that 3 times around. A lot of fiddle tunes are like that, or sometimes it'll be A, then just 1 B, or B, you know, whatever. But it's usually some form of A and B. So we're gonna break this down. I'm gonna try to do little chunks at a time. Play it pretty slow. We're out of the key of A, so you know, open, no bar. Your pedals down is an A, 5th fret open, 8th fret with A and F, and then fret 12, same thing as no, you know, just an octave with your A and B. So that's where we're gonna start. I just changed my strings on the old bud and gave her a nice polish job. She's pretty dirty, but So hopefully my strings will stay in tune. Been having to retune them every few minutes. So we're going to start. I like to do this little slur. You don't have to do that. So only have B pedal down. So 8, slide in. 7, 6. 5, open. B. That's the first little phrase. Then you're going to put A down. And one thing about fiddle tunes, you know, you can make them more pedal steely by bending in. Or a lot of times when I'm playing more bluegrass stuff like this, I try not to do as many of the bends. I try to, you know, have the pedal down and then restrike the string. It's more like a banjo, especially when you're doing these banjo rolls. I would say, like, you know, I'm going to show you the most basic version of this, then I'll show you kind of some different stuff you can do as we get further along. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, where you're kind of emulating a fiddle or a banjo, you're going to be doing that a lot, like just striking it, stopping it, and then putting your pedal down and restriking it instead of bending in. All right, so it's the first phrase. Then put your A pedal down, B pedal still down, and go ahead and have your second string lowered a half. Okay, so that is 5, 2, 4, 1, and then you're just going in reverse. So 5, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 5. Start from the beginning. So that's 2 bite-sized sections so far. Then the next one, still have your A and B down and your second string lowered a half. Pretty much anytime you hit your second string for this section, it's going to be lowered a half. Then, so that's 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, B, or 6, 6 with B. Then you can even put a grip on it if you want, but I'd say for the first pass through, just learn everything single note. So that's another section. The next, hit the second string, still lowered a half. And this is an exception, I do bend out of this one. So 2, 5, let out, string 6. And I usually restrike it. Or you can hit it 3 times. Or you can just let it ring. That's kind of up to you. So start from the top. So that's kind of that's like the first half of the A section. You're going to do the exact same thing to start the second half of the A. So that's all the same as the first. And then, even that little part's the same. The difference is, instead of hitting string 6 this time, you're going to hit string 3 for the octave. And then, so, 1, 4, 2, 5 with A, 5 without A, 6 with B, 5 open, 5 with A, B again. And then that's the end of an A section. So, like I said, in a lot of fiddle tunes, you'll do the A twice through. So you do that all again. I'm going to play through it one more time. Same thing. What do you want, Doozy? Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. All right, on to the B section. Daisy. All right, so the B section starts off on a flat 7. So for out of A, that's a G. So I've been messing around. The way I first learned this was going up to 2 back from your open. But you can also do it out of your open position. I think that one's a little more awkward. Maybe it's just where I just learned it, figured it out that way. I'm going to show you the way I first learned it. Then you can try to figure it out of the open position if you want. So we're going to go up to fret 15, our flat 7, open G position. You're going to have your A pedal down. You're going to hit 4. It's kind of a similar thing what we was doing earlier. You pick something and then you just pick it in reverse. So 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 5. 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 2, 5. Then 2, 4, 2, 5 with A, 5, open. And you can also, instead of letting out of your A, you could slide back to 13. That'd be like your A and F position for D. Or you can just let out, same thing. I used to like doing it that way. I think it's good to try to get used to sliding and keeping some intonation. And then the second half of the B section is just like the A. So. So 5, 2, 4. Again, lower to half. 5, 2, 4, 6, 6. 2, 5 with A, bend out of A. And then it's just like the A section. And then you're going to go back. You're still on, that's one pass of the B, and then you just repeat that. And then that's it. And then you just, A again and B again and A again and B again. So now I'll go over, Scott had taught me this really cool alteration to the B part that I transposed on steel. It's got a really cool blues lick at the end. That was really fun trying to transpose on steel. The A section you can do the same, if you're playing this with the backing track, maybe the second time through, you can start, substitute notes. Like instead of going to your flat 7 there, you can raise string 7.5. Or start putting, more pedal silly type stuff on it. Or just something as simple. Just starting, instead of doing single note, start adding 2 or 3 note grips. And you can start, making it a little more complex. Yeah, so A section be the same. And then the alteration of the B section, I'll play it real quick and then we'll break it down. So, at the B section, like I said, it starts on a flat 7, so you're going to slide from fret 9 to 10 on string 5, with A and B down. Then you're going to hit the 3rd string once you get there, just pedals down for G. Do the same thing without A and B. So flat 7 to a 4. And then you're going to go back to fret 9, hit your 4th string. So what I'm doing there, hitting string 4, sliding it up to 10, and then slide 9 to 10, and then 10 to 11. And then I'm doing a backwards rake. Backwards rake, just 4, 5, and 6, hitting 6 twice. And then that same phrase from earlier, so. And then here's where that really cool blues lick comes in. You're going to go back, kind of same thing from where we was doing earlier. You're on the 3rd fret, so it kind of be like a flat 7, and you're going to have A and B down. This is also kind of your blues position for A. So hit string 1. Actually, don't have your A down yet. Just B down. String 1, 4, 5, open. Then 5 with A. String 4. So 1, 4, 5 open, 5 A, 4. Then let off your A and half pedal it. Or if you want, instead of half, you can do it with your bar. Or you can do it with your pedal. And then this time, instead of just doing a single note and hitting 4 and 5, another half pedal. I also forgot to mention 9 is also lower to half. So you're used to this whole song only lowering your second string a half to lower the ninth string a half. That lever would be all the way in. So, and usually right after I play that is when I go ahead and engage the ninth string. So once you get this up to speed, you'll be there before you know it. So 6, 7, 5, no A pedal. B's down this whole time though. 6, 7, 8, and then you're just doing that whole pattern, but now instead of going to string 5, string 6. 6, 7, 8, 9 with it lowered a whole, well, a half. 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 10. You're going to go to string 6, slide it up 1 fret, and then hit string 7, which is an open A. Sorry if that was tough to explain. I'll have to go back and edit out, make sure I got all my points to where they make sense, but I'll play it real slow. Then, if you've ever watched my G run bluegrass video, this would be an A run, but same thing. Another thing that I did in that video was this kind of like a double stop. You know, I'm trading off with guitar in that video from earlier, but pretty much all that is just, you know, hitting strings 3 and 5 with your middle and your index finger, and then hitting as soon as you do you're hitting that, and then you're hitting string 6 with your thumb like 3 times. I guess I don't know exactly how many times I'm doing it. It's one of those things you kind of just have to fill it out when you're playing it. But I'm basically just walking through a harmonized scale, you know, starting it open A at the octave, so that'd be fret 15, 17. Then you get back down here to your A and B. So those two are open without any pedals. And then pedals down at 12, go back to, it's like a dominant, you know, an A9 or an A7. And then right here, I'm just hammering on and off the A, kind of like an A7, another A7 position. And then just going from the 1 to the flats, from the 1 to the flat 7. I don't remember exactly how I played it, but just kind of show you, that'll kind of get you in the ballpark and kind of show you what I was doing, because I know it was going a little bit fast. But yeah, that's basically just chicken picking on steel, you know, a lot of that 90s stuff. I heard Bruce Boughton describe it as shotgun picking. But yeah, I really love this fiddle tune. It holds a special place in my heart, where it's the first one I learned. And yeah, shout out Scott Miller. Hope y'all had fun with it. Hopefully I went slow enough. Like I showed you earlier, YouTube's got the slow down function. You can obviously rewind it. But yeah, if anybody's got any questions, please comment below. Yeah, hope everybody enjoyed this one. And yeah, guess we'll see you in the next one.